What's up guys, in this video we're going to be covering the best loadouts for the Kunai Storm for the Mythic Storm King, specifically for the Mythic Storm King, okay? First is the amateur one. Like, this build is for people that cannot really stay alive much. So what you want to do is have Blasphemous Blast. This will double your health, take away your shield, Soar and Hide for armor, and Soar and Might for adding damage to your shots with your health. Why you don't use Soar and Claws is because the melee buff from that does not affect your horn damage, and don't use energy focus, no, Soar and Focus, because you don't really need energy, so use those two for the Blast with the Past perk, okay? Then use Faster Explosions for more launcher damage to the mini bosses and crystals and your Storm King at the end, since you're going to be using your Mythic Storm King launcher and the Deatomizer or Santa's Little Helper. They have activated attacks and hardware crit rating because this will buff your hammer damage. Guys, don't use swords, okay? Don't use swords on the horns. The swords have sword resistance, okay? My friend with White Star Fiona and the Maxed Out Sword did 1030 on crits, and I normally do 1959 with crits with Sunbeam Hammer, crit damage, crit rating, attack speed and physical to the horn with the Warcry and Espeter. Next is this build. This build is totally rocking out. Subwoofers, battle beat, faster explosion, activated attacks, and hardware creating. I've already talked about faster explosions, activated attacks, and hardware creating, but the first two, this is where it gets gnarly, okay? I use Subwoofers, so whenever I'm about to hit the horn, for the first 4 seconds, I'm guaranteed to crit on all my hits. So you're gonna have somebody do Warcry and use your Subwoofers and you start hitting the horn for like 4 seconds of unlimited crits if you're lucky, because you get 160 crit rating, although that reduces, so you just keep hitting. If you're lucky to get a lot of Subwoofers, okay, what you're gonna do, you use some for the mini bosses and some for the end at the Storm King phase, but you're gonna make sure you keep 2 for the horn phase, 1 for the first one, the second one for the second horn. I really like this build because, you know, even if I don't get Subwoofers, I eliminate 10 hosts, I get my totally rocking out, which increases my crit rating and heals me a bit. So I'm doing so much more damage to the mini boss, the crystal, and the Storm King at the end. This build is for people that are experienced and good and can stay alive well. Do you understand? It provides healing. It provides healing and so much DPS. Like if you use Subwoofers at the end and you shoot your Deatomizer, you're going to be critting all of those times, and you know, you can imagine the damage. It's amazing. This is for people that are experienced, remember. Now this is my favorite build. Happy holidays, guys, instead of totally rocking out. Do you know why? Because my Kunai Storm is gonna be reduced to 9 seconds, which means I can use my Kunai Storm longer and for more survivability by staying in the air. The other thing you need to watch out for is blasters and takers, so if you see any mist monsters, make sure you kill them before you use your Kunai Storm, or focus on them before you kill the mini boss, okay? And the Kunai Storm is originally 15 seconds, so that's 6 seconds less and more 140% damage for me, because the whole reason we use the Kunai Storm is because we're gonna get 140% more damage, and only with the links. Do you understand? Then I use activated attacks, faster explosions, hardware creating, and I use medical fumes. This will heal me. My smoke bomb will heal me. It's 2 base health less than the survivalist, but it's as good, guys. It's as good. You just need to stay in your smoke bomb and you're healed, and that is it. Then I use fleet because it helps me get to the horns much faster, and it's very useful. I like it. I love it. I love using this support team. Fleet makes me move faster and makes me get to the horn in case of a very tough situation, you know. So guys, those are the 3 best loadouts I think are for the Mythic Storm King. This is how I always get wins and help my subscribers carry with carries and carry them to beat the Storm King. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments. I'll make sure to get back to you and discuss it with you.